Hi loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanna. If you are new here, I post videos Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so don't forget and subscribe down below. This video is going to be really special, and I am excited to go ahead and open up with you guys about my experience through pregnancy. I know I didn't post almost anything about it, and not a lot of people know what happened or what, how I found out, all of those things. So I kind of want to take you guys along the whole journey with me, show you guys pictures that I've never even posted, just showing you guys like everything. And also opening up through like the labor process. And so I'm very excited to do this. Keeping it private was something that I personally wanted to do, and it's not because of whatever reason. It was just my personal preference. It was something that I shared a lot of things in my life, and so this is like the one thing that I wanted to keep for myself. And so this is like a bittersweet moment because I'm kind of letting that go. And also for like new moms that are watching this and are kind of scared and all of that stuff, I know everyone's journey is different, but you guys can kind of hear mine out and see my end of it. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to go ahead and start with how it all began. Okay, so I might sound a little nervous because I am. I don't even know why. I'm like nervous and like emotional to do this, to be honest. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'll probably not be making sense through some of it, and I might stumble on a couple of words, but that's because I'm just so nervous and so excited and like emotional, and like everything is just hitting me right now. So but yeah. So to begin, I had been with my baby daddy for a couple of years, and and so we found out that we were having a baby because I was feeling a little bit weird. I was feeling a little bit like sick. I was feeling a little bit like not myself, and so I was waiting. But I am that person that I am late on like my periods, so that's why I didn't really like worry about it. So but I was late, and I was like, well, it's gonna come, because I'd always been late or like way ahead or stuff like that. So I wasn't too worried about that. But I had been feeling sick on Christmas Eve. So we had a Christmas Eve, we usually like switch off with like my family and my baby daddy's family, and so we had Christmas Eve with my baby daddy's family. I just wasn't feeling well. I was feeling like really full and tired, but I hadn't eaten anything like that whole entire day. And yeah, I just wasn't feeling like myself, and so that's when I got like kind of scared. I was like, okay, like what's going on? And like previously that same year, I had been like in and out of the hospital for like different reasons, or like that wasn't like, oh, something that's gonna pop into my head like, oh yeah, I'm pregnant. No, like I just thought, maybe I was sick, or I don't know, I just didn't kind of think about that. And then so it was Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day came along, and I was like, you know what, I am just gonna take a test to see if it's positive or not, because I was feeling like super sick. Even like waking up the next day on Christmas Day, I was feeling really sick. So I took a test, and it came back pregnant. So yeah, that's when I found out I was pregnant. And so I like hurried in the room, and I was kind of scared because I don't know, like my heart was pounding and I was just scared. And then I showed my baby daddy, like we were just in shock. And so then because I wasn't feeling good, he was like, no, we have to go to the doctor, like I don't think it's right. And so yeah, he basically didn't believe me. We thought something was still kind of wrong with me because I had been going to the ER a couple times. And so because it was Christmas Day, my doctor, they're all closed, every clinic, everything was closed around us. So, but because I was feeling terrible, like literally I had not ate for like more than 24 hours, I just felt like super, like I just was feeling terrible. And so we went to the ER, and that's when they kind of confirmed everything, and I was like super dehydrated and stuff. So I got on IV, my body was getting back to normal. And then yeah, she kind of confirmed that I was pregnant, and that was like it was like such a big shock, I think. And I don't know, it was like it hit us pretty hard. Yeah, I can't even like explain it how I felt. Like I wanted to cry, but like my baby daddy was crying, but then we were like both crying, and then like I didn't even know like what this journey was going to be like, and I was kind of scared. And so she did a little ultrasound on me, and that was kind of really surreal because it was like I just found out, or that same day I was literally like getting an ultrasound, and so they were able to detect it, and it was kind of a bittersweet moment. And then the first thing we had to do was like tell our parents, but my parents, if you guys don't know, my parents live in Los Angeles. And so we told his parents. Were kind of like shocked, and we were all kind of surprised. And then we went to Los Angeles to tell my parents. At the end of the day, you know, there was some tension because of my pregnancy, but at the end of the day, you know, we're all happy because it is a little baby, and that's all that matters, is that we're gonna both start this journey, we're in it together, and there's a baby coming, and we just all have to be like happy about it. And so yeah, that was really kind of hard on both families, just because it came out of the nowhere and we weren't even expecting it. But it was definitely something that we all had to get used to, and it's just like a huge step for both families to take, because we're both we've never been parents before. You know, baby dad doesn't have any kids, I don't have any other kids, and so this was like a complete journey that we were ready to take. That's how we found out. And then my pregnancy was basically pretty good. I didn't have like a really bad morning sickness or at all, like any sickness at all. I never threw up once. It was pretty good. I didn't crave a lot of food. Like I heard, you know, women having these cravings that you're just gonna like love the food once you start eating it and all that stuff. So I kept going to the hospital, and they kept taking ultrasounds, and it was so bittersweet to watch this like baby just grow from like a like little like jelly bean to like a gummy bear to like an actual like baby. But throughout this, well, at the time I was working at a bank, and that was super great. Like I used to love it. Used to be a teller, and I used to love my job. I really did. I was very proud of what I've become and what I've learned and everything about it. And so I think it was like, because we found out that we were getting pregnant in December, or we were getting pregnant. We found out that I was pregnant in December, so like on Christmas Day, and I had applied for a position previously, and it was for banker, but it was kind of like a banker that you like move from branch to branch. And as you guys do know, I live in the Bay Area, so branch to branch, moving everywhere, traffic, all that stuff. But I ended up getting the job, and I was so excited because I was like, wow, everything is happening at the same time. We were moving to a house, we were, you know, I was getting a position, I was having a baby, and it was all like, you know, flowers and like everything for me at the time. And then I started my position in January. It was when I started to do my training, and I was fine in January. I was only like a few weeks in, or a few months in. Probably a few weeks in. I wasn't a few months in. I was a few weeks in January, so it was really easy for me to, you know, keep working, and like because I didn't have like tons of fatigue, I didn't have morning sickness, so I was really normal. And obviously I've always been on like the chubbier side, so also I wasn't like showing or anything, and I honestly didn't want to say anything until I was like to that months, like 3 months, where I was like, okay, I'm gonna open up about it. But I got this job and I started training in January, and so I think it was like by April, like March, April, I just was feeling a lot of fatigue, and I was feeling like my body couldn't do it. And it was kind of like a big moment for me, just because I was loving my job. I was loving everything I did. But it was hard. It was really hard to get to work because like we said, we moved to a new house. We were living in the city before, and we moved like an hour away from the city. And so I had to commute every morning. You know, I used to live work on like the East Bay side, and so driving that, if you guys are from like the Bay Area, you know, driving it in the morning, like bank hours, it's hard and it's so much traffic and everything. And so that really like took a toll on me, and I think that it was a lot of pressure, and I was just feeling like I couldn't do it. And I am not one to just like give up that easily, but I literally felt like my body couldn't do it. And I was starting to get really stressed. I was having a lot of anxiety. I was having like panic attacks here and there. I even hit a point where I was kind of feeling depressed, and it was kind of like those moments where I just decided to think about like my baby and like my body than a job, because jobs come and go, but I just wanted to feel like healthy, like make sure like that my baby was okay. And so I kind of just quit my job, and it really hit hard on me because I feel like I was like, my body was getting taken over and I couldn't handle it. And so I quit my job, and I just, you know, I felt terrible. And of course I felt terrible because they had just hired me and I was starting a new position. So I felt terrible about that. And then I felt terrible about myself because I let myself down, because this is something I really, really wanted. So I was like in this back and forth, and that's when I started to go see a therapist. And I don't know, I think that's what kind of spiked everything in my pregnancy. Well, not everything. I was healthy during my pregnancy, so like it was a healthy pregnancy, everything was fine with the baby. And then I probably hit 6 months-ish, probably 5, and I was told that I had a high blood pressure, and so that was kind of scary too. I kept going back, and it just kept going like up and down, and that was just constant. Like from there on out, I just had a high blood pressure during my pregnancy. So I honestly felt like it was the best thing that I did, because it was good. Yeah, when it was me and my baby daddy, it was good. But, you know, just I felt like I really had to listen to my body. And of course, him and I were on the same page, and, you know, he was really supportive of that. And that's basically, I think, what is most important, is that your partner also supports you and knows that this is probably like the best for you and the baby, you know? So he was really, really there for me during that, and he allowed me to just kind of know myself and my body and what I'm able to do and what I'm able to not do. And he really let me decide that for myself, which I thought was great. And I'm really thankful for that. But then I got stuck kind of staying home, and that's where my anxiety, like if I had anxiety before, or I thought that I did, that's when it like hit the curve. Like that's when it hit the ground running. I was scared to be in my own home. I was scared to be in my own room. I was scared to drive. I was scared for like everything. I just got scared. And it's something that I still kind of experience now, but it's probably not as bad. But that was like really hard on me. So I kept seeing my therapist, and they gave me medication, but I told her like I don't want to do medication, like I just want to like be able to handle it myself. And so that's why I just kept going back and back, and she kind of kept working with me, and we kept doing exercises that kind of did help me a little bit. But that was like from when I hit like 6 months up to like my last months, I was feeling that. And it was terrible because my baby daddy, he works like some days he works up to late, some days he works really early in the morning. And that hit me hard because like after 8 or 9 o'clock, or like when the sun went down, like I could not be home by myself because I would go crazy. So I would take like my dog sometimes, and I would get in the car and be really cautious about everything I was doing. And I was just driving to like a store. I was driving to pick him up. So I'd drive like an hour just so I don't have to be alone. It was a hard time for me. And I don't know if, you know, at that time I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't have left my job, because I was distracted there. I was, you know, even though it was hard, but I, you know, had these distractions, and maybe, you know, that's when I became like really confused about what I did. But, you know, we all kind of worked through it. My baby daddy's mom used to sometimes come and stay with me, which, you know, helped here and there. And I think that was probably like the hardest part of my pregnancy was like I got so much anxiety and depression, and I just felt like I wasn't myself. Like I didn't even know who I was. And even now I'm just like a whole different person. Like I'm a different person than I was when I originally got pregnant. But at that time, like I did not know myself at all. Like at all. I did not know who I was. I just knew that I felt bad. Like I do not feel good. Like I just, in my head, I just know this is not me. I don't feel good. I don't feel good. And so it was something that kind of took a toll on us, and it was hard for my relationship too, because he was trying to make me feel like, you know, I was all there, and like I just pushed back. And so it was really hard on us, but his support really helped me at the end of the day. Like just having someone to be there to be like, it's okay to cry, it's okay to be like this, like, but you need to like pick yourself up. He kind of motivated me throughout the whole thing too, because there was times where I was just like, I broke down, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, like I don't want to do this, why couldn't you be the one that, you know, got pregnant? Like I'm not strong enough for this. And I think that we have to be really open and be honest, and I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that. I don't know if every woman that goes through pregnancy feels it, or if it was just me, but I'm gonna be really honest and put it out there. But that's how I felt, and it was scary at times, because like I was scared. I was like, what have I just gotten myself into? And like I said, I think if I wouldn't have had that like motivation or that person to be pushing me, like I would have gone through like a whole nother path. And so I'm just really thankful for that. I'm gonna like insert a couple of videos and pregnancy pictures. You guys can kind of see how my belly was growing and stuff like that. And in June, on June 8th, I believe, we had our gender reveal / baby shower. So like I said before, my family is from Los Angeles and his family is from the Bay Area. So, and I thought it was really hard for me to do a gender reveal and have like my whole family come out here for that, and then have them come again for a baby shower. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do a baby shower and a gender reveal together. And that's kind of what we did. And so I'll insert some pictures here. I really wanted a girl. No, just kidding. I was okay with whatever came, as long as I had a healthy baby, nothing else mattered. But I did kind of want a girl. And then my dad wanted a boy, because my dad, I mean, we're 3 girls, and then my niece really wanted a boy. And then my baby daddy's family, they wanted a boy. My mom and like my sisters, they wanted girls, because they're a team girl. And so we all dressed with like what we thought the baby was going to be and like what we wanted it to be, and we just had like a cute little party at the house. It was a bittersweet moment for us to like celebrate like the baby. When I found out I was having a baby boy, I cried. It was really emotional. Like, everyone was really happy at the end of the day. It's baby's a baby, no matter what it is, it's always gonna be blessed and it's always gonna be loved. My baby daddy really, really wanted a boy. Like he was like, yes, you're gonna get a boy. I'm very, very thankful for my family for coming out here and, you know, going out of their way to be with me in that moment. That was like super special in my life. And you know, thankful for my baby daddy's family for being there. And yeah, sorry, but yeah, there's some things that just kind of took a toll on me, that I was kind of just, you know, pushing through it, like it's gonna be okay. But when I hit like my probably my 9th month, when I hit that last month, I felt good. Like it was like I didn't know who I was. I felt depressed. I felt anxiety. I felt all of this. And then it was like from like, I just woke up one day and I was like, I feel good. Like I'm cute. Like I have the cutest belly. I have everything that's super cute. And so I literally felt so good about myself. Like I think I was like nesting, but I was like hyping myself up at the same time. And that was like the best feeling ever. Me and one of my girlfriends went to see Ariana Grande and I felt my very best. Here's a picture, so you guys can see me feeling my very best. And yeah, I just felt like super good about like my body, my hair, my skin, everything. Like this baby, I feel like I woke up and I was like a whole different person. But at the same time, I was getting a lot of, oh, you have high blood pressure. Oh, your pressure is still up. Oh, you know, we're scared. You have to come every week, every day to come get, you know, checked. And so that was kind of like my worry then. I didn't have any more worries about like anything else. Like I just put everything to the past. You know, you never know like if you're going to get pregnant again. You never know if, you know, you can have another baby. And so I was like, I'm gonna cherish this and I'm gonna hold on to it as long as I can. And I'm really, really gonna, you know, be positive about it. I want to say it was like a week before my due date. So my original due date was on August 22nd. And it was a week before like I actually had my baby. A week before I had gone to the doctor and she was like, you know what, I was 38 weeks. Yeah. No, I was hitting 38 weeks. No, yeah, I was like 37 or 36 weeks. I was like 37 weeks, I want to say. So I go to the doctor and she was like, you know what, your blood pressure is still high. And I was on the baby monitor at that time. Baby sounded good, but she was like, it's still high, it's still high. And I was like, okay, well, what are we gonna do? It wasn't high enough for me to like be taking pills, because I know it can get to like that extent. But it was like high, you know? And so she said, you know what, we're gonna have to induce you because I don't really want you to go into that 40th week. So at 38 weeks, we're going to induce you. And so I said, okay. And so, you know, we had gone to like parenting classes, just to learn about like the process, what they give you, what the room looks like, everything kind of like that, because I was like really deep inside, or like not even that deep inside, like I was scared. And so I just wanted us to be like on the same page. Like what if, you know, dad comes later? What if dad comes up? Like I just want him to like know what he's doing and me what I'm gonna do. And so I know a lot of people want to go drug-free. I know a lot of people were like, give me that epidural right away. I personally said if I can handle it without any drugs, without any medication, I will do it. If I can't, I will choose then what to do. And I didn't want to set anything in stone because I wanted to really enjoy that moment. And so that was kind of like my plan for labor. And so, like I said, I was in the doctor. They told me they were going to induce me on the 11th of August. I had an appointment to go in where they were going to start to induce me. And so I was like, you know what, this baby's going to come out. And I was getting contractions, or like Braxton Hicks, something like that. Contractions, Braxton Hicks, I don't know what that was, but I just know that I felt pain. And here and there, like it would be like painful and then it would go away. And then it would be painful and then it would go away. And so that was like an on and off thing. I was like, you know what, and she even said, she's like, you have a week. If it doesn't happen in a week, you're getting induced on the 11th. And she's like, but I think it will happen before that week. And so I was like, okay, well, my doctor says she thinks it could. I'm gonna do it, you know? So I just kind of walked around more. I did my exercises, all that stuff, and really healthy way. I didn't drink anything weird, didn't eat anything weird. And every day, like, I would be feeling it. I was like, is this it? Is this it? Is it gonna come? And it didn't come, and it didn't come. And I will insert videos of how I was feeling the day she told me that. Today is Friday, the 2nd of August, and I'm still pregnant. I have a doctor's appointment at 9. It's about 6 a.m. I woke up at like 4. So I'm just gonna wait it out, eat breakfast, and go to see what they tell me. And this is the belly. I just wanted to give an update. I went to the doctor today and they put baby on the monitor. He's doing really good. My blood pressure was still a little high, but I'm doing pretty good as well. I don't know, now I had a few contractions when I was there, and we all think it might come early. And then on Wednesday night, my baby daddy was actually coming home from work. So like during the day I was feeling completely fine, and then my baby daddy texted me and he was like, hey, I'm like 20-30 minutes away, and I like instantly I was like, ooh, I feel it, ooh, I feel something. And it was like contraction after contraction after contraction, not like super hard, so like I wasn't going into labor, but like I just felt it. Like I just felt them coming, I felt them going, I felt them coming, I felt them going. And I told my baby daddy, I was like, I've just been feeling this. And he said, don't worry about it, I don't think it's gonna come. Because he didn't believe that I was gonna come. Like he thought I was gonna wait until I got induced, just because like my induced date was the 11th, and then like my actual due date was the 22nd, so I felt like it was kind of far. And then when my baby daddy got home, I was like, I don't feel good, like I think it's gonna come. And he said, nah, you're playing, whatever. So we went to bed, and so he got home maybe like at like 11, no, like 12 or 1, and he works the next day and he leaves at 4 a.m. and I just could not sleep. Like I was like, I cannot sleep, I cannot sleep, I cannot sleep. I was in pain, I was getting up, I could not go to bed. And usually it's like you feel in pain, and then like the nights before I was like feeling pain, and then I would go to sleep and they'll go away and stuff like that. And this time was so different, and I was like, I think it's gonna come. And you know what helped me the most is this chair. This chair was a good friend to me. And also my ball. So, I was on my ball at night, and I was on my ball, and I sat with like, when I sat on my ball, the contractions would kind of like stop a little bit, like it wouldn't feel it as much. And that's why I liked, because when I would lay down, it was like game over, like it hurt, you know. And then when I sat down, it kind of hurt. When I drank water, because sometimes I feel like drinking water would make it go away, and that's something that is true. Like when you feel like you're contracting, drink a lot of water, because sometimes you're just dehydrated. And I was sitting on my ball, and I was bouncing, watching TV. My baby daddy was like snoring, and I don't even know what it was, but I was like, it just was like pop, and I heard it, like I literally heard the pop. And I looked around and I was like, what is